The Breakfast Show 2020 on KBC English Service.
Last week we spent a lot of time on the BBI report, so we didn't get time to hear your thoughts on the ranking of governors that was released by a polling firm, Infotrack, that placed the Kakamega governor, Wycliffe Oparanya, as the best performing county boss in Kenya. Should we ask about your governor in Kisumu or the one in Machakos, Nganga? Is this an accurate reflection of the performance of the governors?
Any report that puts my governor, Nganga, Mutua, Machakos, my teacher and governor, Professor Kebotha Kebwana, that if they are up there, I know it's accurate because I live there daily and I see what they do. I can see the budget they have and how they have used it. I have also seen my big brother, cousin, Professor Anyangyo. He has actually exceeded expectations. He's done a relatively good job. And I tend to associate this with the ability to plan. Because that is the strength of the Kakamega governor. He's a good planner. He plans and does not do things out of emotions. Now that is also where Professor Nyong'o is. And you can see progress. Because if you go to a county like Homa Bay, where people are preoccupied with popularity, so projects are implemented based on popularity. I'm not saying that's what they are doing, but I can say from my understanding of the way things work. So if you look at the estimation, I think they're relatively, it is roughly accurate. Kakamega has done very well. Machakos is doing very well. Makueni, great. Kisumu, great. I think Obado was also doing very well. I think it's just these tribulations that may have slowed him down. But he's also doing relatively well.
Meru Governor Kiraitu Murungi also accused the officials of Infotrack of asking him for a bribe for a favorable rating. Listen to this.
Number 47 out of 47.
If we had truly and honestly solicited a bribe from anybody who has mentioned that, then they are also culpable of a bigger crime than the one they were accusing us of. I dare them to go and report the crime. Say when that solicitation was made, by whom, and under what circumstances.
Angela Mbitho of Infotrack challenging the Meru governor over his 3 million shillings bribe accusation. Politicians always seem to take it very personally when they are ranked poorly. Just a few weeks ago, Mbita MP Millie Odhiambo also used Parliament to launch a personal attack on the good lady from Infotrack after an opinion poll on MPs.
Anytime you are fighting for a lady, you understand, if I want you and I go out and somebody else gets you, I say, slay queen. Money. She's following money. People who fail, what Trump called losers, they always have excuses. 3 consecutive polling has shown that Kiraitu Murungi is not doing well. That is not a secret. Number 2, the development we are talking about are physical. You see them. They are not emotional or spiritual development that you can say, I'm Holy Spirit filled. And you can't tell. You see the roads being done. If you see now the general in Nairobi, you can see we are paving a few things here and there. There are trees. So if you go to Kakamega, it is not that now the Kakamega people are spirit filled. It is that you see the stadium, you see the town, it is well organized. You see things running. If you go to Machakos, I live in Syokimau. Even just the other day, they were paving our sidewalks. Just the other day, cleaning the trenches and doing that. You see it. You come out just as you enter the main road. There's a vehicle for an ambulance and those who are taking care. You see them. So these ones, Kiraitu, people would see. In fact, people would riot. We would bash Professor Nyong'o if we were not seeing these things. Because development we are talking about must be seen. They must be seen. For Kiraitu, we can't see them. And that's why, if you are asked, you cannot say, I've done this. This thing of bribe. Well, yes, for you to be asked for a bribe, it means you are performing badly. So, you are told, if you want to be favored, do something. I would also do that. I'll say, Kiraitu, at the rate at which you are ranked low, I can help you. A policeman along the road, if you are not overspeeding, they not just stop you and say, for me not to give you a ticket on overspeeding, give me something. You say, hey, Afande, waja poroja na pangang. So for him to have been asked, it means he has a problem. He should have been telling us that these people are ranking me low. Look at this, look at that, look at that, look at that. It's not there. You know, people took these positions because they could hoodwink Wananchi. You know, Wananchi also, Wanjiku is also like a bag of potatoes.
Yes.
So they vote in people, they are voted in charlatans and vultures of reaction. Now we are praising the general here in Nairobi. Hey, general is doing a good job. Hey. When the one they elected could not even pick garbage. The one they elected, Governor Mike Mbugi Sonko, a leader who is in charge of the city and he still has a rescue team. What does the rescue team do? He brings you water in a tank. When he has the power to bring the pipe and you cheer him, instead of saying, my brother, go and make sure this water is piped. We have given you resources to do that. So Kiraitu awache panganga na porojo na spoiling people's name. If they asked him for 3 million, that was very little. In fact, to make him number one, they should have asked for 10. 5 in advance and 5 after.
Some issues from the courts that are of interest. The headlines yesterday were all about the surrender of the lawyer Paul Gisheru to the ICC. There has been a warrant for his arrest for allegedly bribing witnesses in the ICC cases. Should this cause anxiety to the DP that his case at the ICC could be revived?
Both of them, the cases were terminated, not dismissed. They were withdrawn. So they are joined at the hip. People was to go there and say, now I want to tell you how this thing happened. And he says things which may lead people to revive. Then it is not only the president who worry, it's also the deputy. But above all, the Kenyans must now worry more. Because the peace and stability, the reconciliation process will be halted. It will be looked at as a betrayal. It will be a problem. And you will see the colleges that the Kikuyus having their issues. And then they're also having issues with the Luos. And then all these things. Just you know how the ICC made this country. It even gave, it is one of the factors that gave the Jubilee duo, the president and the deputy, to gain a lot of sympathy. And even to win, it will give the deputy president a lot of sympathy. A lot. A lot. So though if the fellow has gone there, let him just go there and say, I have come. Now tell me which way did I bribe? But if he goes there to say, I bribed this, I bribed Weda for this, I bribed Julie for this, I bribed that one for this, bribed this for this. Now, hey, Kenya is at stake here. So I pray to Jehovah that may he get over this and may this matter. We need to seal off the ICC completely.
The High Court found that former Principal Secretary Lillian Omolo had been wrongfully dismissed from her post and awarded her the hefty sum of 1 shilling as compensation. I just read on Monday that the Attorney General is appealing the ruling. Why not pay her the 1 bob and get it over with? Why spend the court's time, hearing an appeal?
If it is to preempt.
Yes.
So that Lillian does not appeal. That is number one. Number two, if he appeals, the higher court may say, no, if you found this and it was rightful. Number two, the court may just want to, the Attorney General may want to question the decision that he was wrongfully dismissed, so as not to set a precedent. You understand? Because it will always be used. You dismiss one, so the court found it. So if you dismiss another person, the way you will be found. So that may be the reason. That decision was made by my classmate, Justice Radido. You know, I was in a class of serious people.
Yeah.
Our seriousness is not by chance. It's through sheer hard work and knowledge and understanding. But that said, I think the Attorney General's appeal is for other reasons of governance, as opposed to being ordered to pay 1 shilling.
Good matters. The High Court also made a significant ruling declaring 23 pieces of legislation passed by the National Assembly to be unconstitutional because they were not passed through the Senate. The ruling was suspended for 9 months to allow for the 2 houses to legalize the process. That is an important statement on the role of the Senate, which always feels like a younger brother to the National Assembly.
That's not a very important decision, if you ask me, because the position is obvious. It was the people fighting over supremacy. You know, when you are saying that the Senate deals with issues that are around counties, and counties are what form the country, then it is like nearly all legislation they must have input. But because of might and authority and whatever, the National Assembly has taken it upon itself to do things to show superiority, supremacy, to the detriment of the Kenyan nation. So that decision, if you read a casual reading of the Constitution and the legislation we are talking about, they should have simply sent some of these things to the Senate and would have been over it. And I think that should be the process. They should then recall those decisions, those legislations, republish them, send them to the Senate. I'm sure the Senate will pass them because they are good laws. They are doing a good job. But let us learn to honor our Constitution. In this, I always even appeal to His Excellency the President. Even if you don't agree with certain things, honor it and then intervene with the policy legislation. When you disobey, we want to amend the Constitution. We think the Constitution is very important. But for now, the one we have now, we are not obeying. Now, that is where the problem is. We have some 40-something judges that were sent to the President to take it. He has a problem with a few, which is legitimate. I know a few of them are Ngorokos. But if I were him, I would easily gazette the other 30-something. Then you say, these Ngorokos, we have to talk. We have to look at each other in the face. And when they come, I will call them and I will show them the salacious reports that I'm relying on. So, but just refusing completely undermines the very Constitution that protects all of us.
What we know so far from the BBC, what it was reporting earlier, a Democratic Party candidate and former Vice President Joe Biden is leading in the Electoral College votes counted so far. But what next for the US? Do you expect a legal challenge at the Supreme Court? I mean, there are fears of post-election violence. People are stocking up on guns.
No. The fears on post-election violence is not there.
It's not.
Capitalists, they don't like fighting, especially fights that destroy property. That is why you'll see Honorable Raila fighting Honorable Uhuru, but they don't go capital. They are just like, hey, my brother, but when it comes to rejecting Brookside things, they come very quickly and say, we'll reject your cylinder gases, you'll do this. So in America, that's a capitalist society. There may not be any post-election violence. There'll be a few skirmishes of looting because of Corona, people are hungry. Looting, even me when I'm hungry, I'll go across. If I see something hanging near one of the shops, you pick it and you claim we are fighting.
As a cannon.
Oh, when you're hungry, you remember your cannon after you have eaten. So the kind of post-election violence we experience here, no. But there could be a few skirmishes based on the state of the economy. Otherwise, when they finish, that's a fairly stable country. People are stable, people are honorable, people are respectful. But remember, even the precautions they are taking, they're just putting boards. You know boards around the glass covering.
Yes.
They are not doing anything big. Here in Kenya, if you put those boards, we will just pull them and think. Here you have to weld the things. Now there, even a board, because I think it's against. I was in one of the big hotels in Florida. And the whole hotel, there's no fence. And I was like, what do you mean? They say, here, there are no fences. So if you put even what they are putting around White House, they talk about it. Here, we would need to do concrete. Concrete. So we wish them well. I wish stability for the America and all of them. May the best man win. We pray for Trump, President Trump, Joe Biden. May the successful man come and involve the whole world in development and growth, and may they come over and defeat the virus. They are bigger brothers and we're looking up to them. Their stability is our stability. Remember when Kenya was burning? It is George Bush that sent the force that helped us to calm down. So we need them also.
Their stability is our stability. That's where we end the big conversation this morning with our regular analyst, Ambrose Weda, advocate of the High Court of Kenya, published author, member of the board, Lake Basin Development Authority, canon in the Anglican Church.
The Breakfast Show 2020 on KBC English Service.